Sivako! We're rising to the challenge and talking about everything you need to know about Disney's Animal Kingdom in a video so bite-sized you'll be able to squeeze it into your lunch break and still have time to eat. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Animal Kingdom might not have as many attractions as the other Disney World parks have, but what it does have can still be overwhelming, especially if this is your first trip or it's been a while since your last visit. So consider today's video your vacation planning springboard. We're going to give you everything you need to know about Animal Kingdom while keeping things short and uncomplicated. Then when you're ready to dive further into the details, you can keep on planning away using our other Animal Kingdom video guides. Sound good? Awesome. If you want a no-nonsense Animal Kingdom digital guide that you can easily access on your phone, even in the midst of your Disney vacation, go ahead and scan the QR code you see on your screen right now or head to disneyfoodblog.com/animalkingdom and we're going to send you our free Animal Kingdom quick guide straight to your email. Ready to start? Here we go. So there are 6 lands to explore at Animal Kingdom. Jumbo everyone, and welcome to AK. Your first steps into this park will lead you down the winding paths of the Oasis Trails, ultimately bringing you into the heart of the park, Discovery Island. Discovery Island is the branch-off point for all the other lands here. It's also the home of the park's icon, the Tree of Life. It's a 145-foot sculpture displaying over 300 intricately carved animals. If you go straight past the Tree of Life and to your left, you'll wind up in Africa, or more specifically, Harambe Village. This area of the park is where you're going to find Kilimanjaro Safaris, an 18-minute must-do safari ride on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Note that Kilimanjaro Safaris often closes earlier than any other attraction around the park, so keep an eye on its schedule via the My Disney Experience app. If you go right instead of left past the Tree of Life, you're going to end up in Asia. This is where you'll find Expedition Everest, Animal Kingdom's one and only coaster, where you're going to be pursued by a peeved-off Yeti that wants you far away from his mountain. Don't worry, this coaster isn't hard to miss. It literally towers over this section of the park. But if you're looking for something a little less intense in Asia and a lot more soaking, you can cool off on Kali River Rapids during a hot summer. If you take a left before reaching the Tree of Life, you're going to step inside Pandora. This area is based on the movie Avatar, bringing guests into the Valley of Moara with its flora, fauna, and floating mountains. You're going to find 2 popular attractions here. Navi River Journey is a peaceful boat ride through a bioluminescent rainforest, and Avatar Flight of Passage is a 4D ride where you're going to get to take flight on the back of your very own Banshee. Finally, if you take a right before you get up to the Tree of Life, you're going to end up in Dino Land USA, which is themed like a prehistoric, dino-rific street fair of sorts. The most noteworthy attraction in Dino Land is Dinosaur, an intense rover adventure where you're going to encounter lots of animatronic dinos and a possible meteor shower. Don't stress over that combo. I'm sure this ride is totally safe. Dino Land USA has had a lot of drama surrounding it lately, so I'll cover more of that later on in the video. But don't worry, it doesn't have anything to do with the safety. So there's no monorail line, no Skyliner route, and no boat waterways that are going to get you to Animal Kingdom. If you want to take Disney's free transportation to this park, you're going to have to use the bus. Otherwise, you can drive here and park yourself, or you can pay for a ride share to drop you off and pick you up. Parking at any of the Disney theme parks is free, just as long as you're staying as a guest at one of the Disney hotels. However, if you've got a hotel room or Airbnb elsewhere, or if you're not an annual pass holder, then standard daily parking at the theme parks will cost you $30 per vehicle per day. So let's talk Genie Plus. Do you need the premium line bypassing service Disney Genie Plus during your Animal Kingdom day? Probably not. I don't want to say you don't ever need it here, because that's not entirely true. Sometimes it's nice to have when the park is looking super busy, or if you're planning on getting the multi-park Genie Plus option so you can get lightning lanes for more parks in a single day. However, on average, Animal Kingdom is probably the last park I'd purchase Genie Plus for, since there aren't many rides here you can use this service for. And that's because there aren't that many rides, period. Sure, Genie Plus also has lightning lane options for some of the shows and meet and greets, but even then, you don't really need Genie Plus in order to see them. Now, there is one lightning lane that comes in extremely handy that you may want to prioritize during your Animal Kingdom visit, and that's the lightning lane for Flight of Passage, which is the ride that racks up far and away the longest wait times park-wide. But you're not going to be able to access the Flight of Passage lightning lane through a standard Genie Plus purchase anyway. You're going to have to pay for an individual lightning lane, which is a separate upcharge for skip-the-line privileges of the most popular park ride. Individual lightning lanes for Flight of Passage typically range around $11 to $16 per person per single ride-through. Prices fluctuate depending on how busy the park is predicted to be that day. For more tips and tricks Plus and how to get the most out of your Genie Plus purchase in your Animal Kingdom day, check out our How to Use Genie Plus in Animal Kingdom video after this. Yep, we got a whole video for you. Okay, food. This isn't your typical assortment of theme park eats. Yep, Animal Kingdom has places that serve up basics like chicken tenders and cheeseburgers and big old pizzas, but it also has a wide assortment of unique and flavorful cuisine that goes along with the different cultures represented around the park. It all just depends on what you're looking to experience. If you want a relaxing sit-down meal with air conditioning and lots of theming, you can book a reservation for the character dining experience in Animal Kingdom called Tusker House, the signature restaurant, which is the fancy one, that's Tiffin's, the Asian fusion cuisine, that's Yak and Yeti, or the ultra-touristy Rainforest Cafe with all the animatronic animals and thunderstorms. For something more quick and affordable, you may want to eat at one of Animal Kingdom's fast food locations, like Flame Tree Barbecue or Pizzafari, Restaurantosaurus, or Satuli Canteen. Some of my favorite places to visit while I'm in Animal Kingdom are its lounges, which are both relaxing and have park-specific cocktails and lounge bites that you're going to want to save some room for. The best lounge here by far is Nomad Lounge over in Discovery Island and right next to Tiffin's. Everyone who's watched our videos for a long time just absolutely knows how much we love this place, but I recommend you look over the menus for Animal Kingdom's other bars and lounges too, like Dawa Bar and Thirsty River Bar, Warung Outpost, and Restaurantosaurus Lounge. They're not going to be nearly as vibey as Nomad, but they are places you can get a drink. Then let's not forget about snacks. There's no shortage of snacks in AK. You can pick up the classics here like popcorn and ice cream, as well as globally inspired bites like street corn with African spices, really good, nobody knows about it, go get it, chicken fried rice, and cheeseburger pods too. I won't be able to do the Animal Kingdom restaurants justice in just a 15-minute video. You'll just have to rely on our DFB guide to Walt Disney World dining for the rest of the deets, which you can pick up over at dfbstore.com. Use code YouTube for some extra savings before you check out. You can also watch our ranking every restaurant in Animal Kingdom video. We got all the details there too. So the big takeaway I want you to get from this point right now is that there's a little something for everyone to enjoy flavor-wise at Animal Kingdom, including picky and adventurous eaters alike. Now, beware, this park closes earlier than everybody else. While the other 3 Disney World parks party on throughout the night, well, not all night, but at least later, Animal Kingdom tends to close much earlier. Typically, the park closes around 8 p.m., but the hours might be different during your particular visit, so be sure to check the My Disney Experience app or the Disney World website for those updated times. Because Animal Kingdom closes so much earlier, there isn't a nighttime spectacular that you need to plan on sticking around for. However, depending on the time of year that you visit, you may be able to catch the Tree of Life Awakening show projected across the park's icon after the sun goes down. Desperate to stay in Animal Kingdom just a little bit later? We did see extended evening hours pop up for this park at the end of last year on November 8th and 22nd and December 4th and 28th, so we might see those return again later on in 2024. We'll just have to keep an eye out for those. By the way, extended evening hours are available for all of Disney's deluxe resort guests, giving you the ability to stay in select parks for an extra 2 hours after they close for everyone else. You can check out when extended evening hours are available for each park over on the Disney World Hours and Events calendar online. And while Animal Kingdom After Hours events aren't available at the moment, we might see some After Hours opportunities sprout up in the future, so we'll keep an eye on those for you. After Hours events, by the way, they give you 3 extra hours in the Disney parks after they close for everyone else. It's a separately ticketed event. You don't have to be staying at a deluxe resort or anything to buy these tickets, meaning you get much lighter crowds and shorter wait times and complimentary snacks throughout the evening. I think they are a great deal. Now, if you need a break out of the sun, or if you're tired of hopping on ride after ride, or if you just want to see a really good off-Broadway performance, then you're going to want to set some time aside to see one or both of Animal Kingdom's live stage shows. Festival of the Lion King highlights the most popular musical numbers from the classic Disney film, combined with live dancing, acrobatics, music performances, and giant puppets, and a bit of audience participation too. Finding Nemo, the Big Blue, and Beyond is a retelling of Marlin and Dory's journey to find the little clownfish with the lucky fin, Nemo. This production features live vocals, elaborate puppetry, and original music that you're going to have stuck in your head for the rest of your trip. I also know a couple of people in this show, and they are truly incredible, and I've seen them on Broadway. Definitely go to this one. Remember that Dino Land drama I mentioned earlier? Well, here's the details. During the 2023 Destination D23 event, that was a lot of 23s, Disney announced that Dino Land USA will be closing to make way for new lands in that area. Specifically, Dino Land's going to transform into the tropical Americas. Maybe. Disney is kind of really leaning into this one, but again, anything can change. But that might feature attractions and details from Encanto and Indiana Jones. As of now, no immediate changes are happening to our dino friends, so you can still experience this area of the park like you normally would. But we'll let you know in the future when closures and construction zones are expected to pop up. Now, beyond all the attractions and entertainment, Animal Kingdom also has additional opportunities that you can tack onto your visit to help enhance your park day a bunch. There are 4 different tours you can consider adding to your visit, and these are super fun and not that expensive. Caring for Giants is an hour-long experience that gives you a closer look, and I mean a much closer look, at the African elephants on site, and there's a new baby elephant, just a heads up, so you might get a close-up look at her. Her name is Cora. Now, up close with rhinos is basically the same thing as Caring for Giants, just replace elephants with rhinos. And Savor the Savannah is an exclusive guided safari tour of Animal Kingdom's Harambe Wildlife Reserve, followed by African-inspired small plates, beer, and wine from a lovely private viewing area on the savannah itself. And the Wild Africa Trek is a 3-hour tour of the Safi River Valley, an area of Animal Kingdom that typically goes unseen by guests. This tour also includes tastes of Africa and an array of small plates from a beautiful vantage point on the savannah after you trek. The tour or safari you choose will determine your price point, but keep in mind that these additional experiences do cost extra on top of your standard Animal Kingdom ticket. If you want to learn more about each of these tours, I'll go ahead and link our DFB webpage all about them down in the description. So a new show is also on its way to Animal Kingdom. It's Tough to Be a Bug will be closing its doors inside the Tree of Life later in the future to make way for a new upcoming show that is going to be themed around Disney's animated film Zootopia. Right now, all we know is that Disney's current concept for the new Zootopia experience is going to take you through the different biomes that you only get to see glimpses of in the movie, all while traveling alongside Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde and other fan favorite Zootopia characters. Right now, there's no specific date for when It's Tough to Be a Bug will close and when the new Zootopia show will take over, but we're going to keep you updated once we learn more. In the meantime, you can still check out the 4D Bugs Life production and all its terrifying spider-filled wasp-stinging glory. So holidays work a little differently here. Animal Kingdom doesn't have after-hours holiday parties like Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, nor does it have annual festivals like Epcot is most known for. But Animal Kingdom still likes to celebrate the seasons in its own unique way, especially around the month of April. April is special for AK because it not only celebrates Earth Day, but this is the park's birthday, so bring out the confetti. Throughout April, expect lots of festive treats to appear around the park and limited time merchandise and rare meet and greet opportunities too. And when the good tidings and cheer are all around us, don't overlook the offerings going on at this park too. Not only does Animal Kingdom get all decked out with garland and lights and paper lanterns, but it also brings out the Merry Menagerie, which are the cutest Arctic puppets who wander aimlessly around Discovery Island just to make you smile. After dark, the Tree of Life Awakening show gets a holiday treatment with scenes depicting even more Arctic animals along with an accompanying holiday soundtrack, and the show runs continually until the park closes each night. Now, let's move on to characters. There are characters you're only going to find here in Animal Kingdom. Your favorite Disney characters like to park hop too, which is why you're going to see characters like Mickey and Minnie and Moana, Chip and Dale, and other familiar faces ready to meet and greet with you during your Animal Kingdom day, even if you've already seen them at another park during your trip. But there are also some unique Animal Kingdom characters that don't hop between parks that you're only going to see here. This includes the upcast like Doug and Russell and the ginormous colorful bird Kevin, Launchpad McQuack from DuckTales, D-Vine, who can only be described as a silent entity of vines and greenery with a face that can get up and tower above you. Sounds intimidating, and it kind of is, but she's a sweetheart, I promise. Now, you won't see her all the time, but when she does appear, she likes to hang around the front of the park around the Oasis pathways. Every now and then, she might wander into Africa and Asia too, so you'll just have to be on the lookout for some moving foliage that's moving on its own accord, not because of the wind. And on Earth Day, sometimes she's adorned with flowers. Animal Kingdom doesn't have parades per se, but it does have character flotillas that sail along the Discovery River, carrying more of our favorite Disney friends that you can say hello to as they float on by. Remember when it used to have parades though? That parade was really, really cool, and you could see it from the top of Yak and Yeti. I loved doing that. Alas, it's been many, many years since they've had it. Character flotillas do switch out regularly, but you could see characters like Scrooge McDuck and Launchpad McQuack, Russell and Doug from Up, Mickey and Friends, and Pocahontas and Miko. And you may even see Santa Claus in the holiday season. Now, this is one of my favorite tips, and if I go over 15 minutes, it's probably because of this one, but I gotta tell you about it. You want to explore the animal trails. The biggest stars of Animal Kingdom are, of course, those animals, but I didn't need to tell you that. You're a smart cookie. And you can see a lot of animals all at once when you make your way down the park's animal trails. There are 3 specific trails you can explore, and each of these features animals that are specific to that land's region. Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail features African animals like hippos and gorillas and white-bellied go-away birds. Maharaja Jungle Trek features Asian animals like tigers, bats, and Komodo dragons, and the Discovery Island trails wrap you around the base and roots of the Tree of Life while also giving you the chance to see lots of lemurs and flamingos too. These trails are incredibly peaceful and informative and super well-themed. Plus, you don't have to wait in line to see them. Just enter into the trail and go have fun. Highly recommended. Okay, so there aren't just 6 areas of the park you can visit. There are actually 7, but the 7th land isn't one you can access by foot. We're gonna have to take the Wildlife Express train over in Africa to reach it. A ride aboard this train is gonna take you on into Rafiki's Planet Watch. At Rafiki's, you can check out the Affection Section Petting Zoo, the Animation Experience, where you'll learn how to draw a Disney animated animal character through a professionally led sketch class, and the Conservation Station, where you can study different animal habitats as well as take a peek at the veterinary care that the animals receive on site. You might even get to see a procedure taking place. Rafiki's Planet Watch is a relatively chill place that doesn't tend to get too overcrowded, so it's a nice area to visit when the park is starting to feel a little too people-y. All right, Animal Kingdom in only 15 minutes? Nailed it. But if you're ready to keep on vacation planning, check out our other Animal Kingdom videos next. And don't forget to download our free Animal Kingdom quick guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/Animal Kingdom. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.